Hi book lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have a cozy talk about middle grade. I'm gonna offer up 7 recommendations, and let's just stop here for a second. This candle is burning like crazy. Are you gonna settle down? I'm gonna offer up 7 recommendations and let you in on 3 middle grades that I really want to get to. Also, this candle is scaring me. I love reading middle grade, especially this time of year. It's just so cozy and fun and nostalgic. Even if it's a new middle grade, I still get that nostalgic feel. But before we jump into the recommendations, can I just point your eye towards my mug? I bought this back in August when we went to Legoland in Denmark with the family, and I just couldn't resist, and today I just felt that it was a perfect fit, you know? So grab your fika and let's talk about fiction. Also, are you gonna settle down or do I have to? We'll see. First up, since we're moving into those winter months, is Greenglass House by Kate Milford. This is so cozy and beautiful. Milo lives with his adoptive parents at a smuggler's inn, and usually this time of year it's pretty quiet, but suddenly the inn is bursting with guests, and Milo feels that it's a little bit suspicious. So he takes it upon himself to try and solve the mystery. As I said, this is so warm and cozy, and when I first read it, I read it in December, and it's just the perfect book for the month. But if you're not really ready to put fall behind you, I would recommend Ravenfall by Kalyn Josephson. This is also centered around a pretty magical house, and the house in this one might be my favorite character. This is centered around Halloween night. We have 2 kids with supernatural powers, and of course the magical inn. Like in Greenglass House, we have 2 kids teaming up to solve a mystery. In this one, it's what is trying to destroy their world. Moving on to a Scandinavian classic, we have The Invisible Guest in the Moominvalley by Tove Jansson. If you're not familiar with Moomin is a Moomin troll, and he lives in Moominvalley. They have this great community with pretty strong personalities, I would say, but it's just so wholesome and whimsical and beautiful. In this one you have 9 different short stories telling about the community's different adventures, and I would say that these are perfect for this time of year. It also has all these beautiful illustrations. That was Moomin. Are you okay? Moving on to some adventures and mystery, we have The Mystery on Eagle Cliff by Kristina Ohlsson. This one has a bit of a ghosty vibe, and again, 2 kids teaming up to solve the mystery. She's also written other series like The Glass Children. She's very popular in Sweden when it comes to middle grade detective stories. Staying with the Nordic detective energy, we're moving on to one of my favorite middle grade authors, Astrid Lindgren. Now, she wrote Pippi Longstocking, but she also wrote tons of other books, and this is one of them. It's, let me think in English, it's Kalle Blomkvist mystery, Living Dangerously. This is the 2nd book in a 3-book series with standalone books about Kalle Blomkvist and his friends. Kalle Blomkvist considers himself a master detective. With his friends, Kalle is acting out the War of the Roses. Not really, you know, the English War of the Roses. He's part of the White Roses, and 3 others are part of the Red Roses. And they fight for what they call Stormumriken, that they hide and try to steal from each other. And in their very idyllic world of just being children, something terrible happens and they end up in the middle of it. And again, here we have, this time 3 kids with their 3 other friends teaming up to try and figure out what has happened and it gets pretty dangerous. So why am I recommending the second book before the first book? I didn't really vibe as much with the first book. It's fine, but I feel that the second and the third book are even more well written, and the mystery is sort of out of reach in both those books instead of being very obvious in the first one. So yeah, if you want to try out the first one, it's not a bad book, but the second one and the third one are really good. Now someone's drilling, so if you hear that, that's what it is. We're gonna stay with famous Swedish authors and move on to the wonderful adventures of Nils. Now this is by Selma Lagerlöf, and she was the first woman... Are you done? This is by Swedish author Selma Lagerlöf, and she was the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1909. This is an illustrated copy. There is a longer version that is more in tune with the middle grade genre. But I like that it's an illustrated copy because I can show you more properly what this book's about. Because Nils is traveling through Sweden. I should probably hold it like this. He's traveling through Sweden. It's pretty long. We're here, around here, by the way. Now, Nils is transformed by, I would say, kind of like a gnome. In Swedish, we would say tomte. He is transformed and turned pretty tiny. And as you can see, he travels on a goose around the country, and he learns so much about himself, and it's kind of like a coming of age story. He meets new friends and finds people who will help him and take him in, and yeah, he goes on this journey to try and set things right, and yeah, it's pretty magical. So that's it for all my recommendations. Now to the 3 middle grades that I would love to read. First up, we have The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street by Carina Jan Glaser. I'm a sucker for beloved houses and special houses and found family and communities coming together and, you know, working together. And it feels like this book has all of that. So the Vanderbeeker family are getting pushed out of their home, and yeah, they've decided to fight back. Next up is a book that I feel is part of so many people's childhood. It feels like Astrid Lindgren is for me, you know, like something that just, you know, brings out that proper childhood feel in people. It's just an observation I've made when I see people talk about this book, and it's Howl's Moving Castle by Diane Wayne Jones. Now, just the cover feels so whimsical and straight away pulls you in. We follow Sophie, who lives in this magical kingdom where, if I understand it correctly, these like fairy tale tropes are widely known as being true. And one of them is that the eldest is not able to be successful. Are you gonna drill now? Sophie is the eldest, but I just have a feeling that, you know, she's gonna try and work her way out of that trope. Are you one of those people who grew up with this book and find it very magical? Can you tell me, you know, what is it that you love about this book? And lastly, we have Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, and just the kids jumping out with the umbrellas on the covers. Come on. So the premise of this book is that the main character is cursed to die because she was born on an unlucky day. And yeah, that just feels like a mystery that I want to read about. That was it for this little cozy middle grade recommendation video, and I just hope that if you love middle grade as much as me, I just hope you found something that you're interested in reading. Sorry about the drilling, guys. I don't know. You know, what can you do? If that was a bother, I'm really sorry. But yeah, thank you for staying around, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.